Hi, and welcome back for transition planning, the part 3. So we're going to look at the second page of the transition plan in this video. So this is what your transition page, the second page, is going to look like. So quite a bit of information on there relating towards stuff that you're going to find on the transcript. So definitely need to know how to read a transcript, get comfortable with that. I'm sure a counselor would love to walk you through it and teach you about all those different aspects of what is needed to receive a diploma. And then you can work with your special education department on what counts for a certificate of completion for your school district. Okay, so let me get to the second slide here. So the next thing that we're going to look at is the courses study, which is your first box on the second page of the transition plan. So in there, you need to click yes. Yes is very important. That you are providing a description of all the stuff that the student has to take from that point forward. So from the day of the IEP meeting forward, all the way towards until we get to either a diploma or a certificate of completion. So you need to list out all of the courses that they need to take. They could be a junior, so they need to finish that year of English and then take the senior year of English, and then they need to take U.S. history and econ government. List those things out. If it's certificate completion, list out the courses that they need to take for certificate of completion. So you need to have all of that in there. It's super important. So the next thing down is how many credits have they already completed? All right, and how many are pending? So how many are done as of that moment in time? And then how many more do they need to graduate? So each district has a little bit different number-wise of what counts for a diploma. And then certificate of completion, it's obviously going to be very different for each student. So make sure you're listing what has been done, how many are left to be completed, and then that anticipated completion date. So are they graduating? Is the anticipation to do the end of their senior year? Maybe they're going to be coming back for a fifth year. When are they supposed to be graduating? What is the anticipated date that they will be graduating? And then it's really important that you're checking certificate of completion or diploma. And this is not something that you just kind of willy-nilly select. This is something that definitely needs to be discussed and talked about with the family so they understand the difference. And do they have the skills to be able to work towards a diploma? Are they more of a certificate of completion bound student? So really important that you're having that conversation so that everyone's on the right page. And then really important, the next part down is age of majority. So that box needs to be checked, and you need to be telling students, and I tell them early, I tell them as soon as their freshman year in high school that when they turn 18, all rights are transferred into their name. They're legally an adult. So they're going to have to make really important decisions, especially when it comes to their IEP. So make sure that you're explaining what happens at the age of 18 and all of that age of majority information that they need to know. And then the new spot on the IEP is right here for the conservatorship. And so we haven't had that in previous years. That's something new on the second page. And you're, you know, has the student been conserved? So do the parents still hold the educational rights after 18? So that's really going to affect our older students, seniors, and our transition programs. So do the parents have the right, or does the student still have their educational rights? So need to know that and click yes or no. And then there's all of these boxes that are down, I'm sorry, not boxes, but statements at the bottom that you need to answer. And so all of them need to be yes. So you need to go through and make sure that you've completed all of these areas so that you can check yes. If you don't, they're going to come up as errors when you go to affirm this IEP. So make sure that you've done all of these things. So are there appropriate measurable post-secondary goals? Is the post-secondary goal address updated in conjunction with the development of the annual IEP? Are there transition services included in the IEP? Are there annual goals included in IEP that are related to the transition service needs? So everything we've been talking about in these last couple of videos, you'd be able, if you're following everything that I've been going through, you'd be able to check yes in each of these areas. So pretty simple, but just make sure you're getting it done. All right. And then your plan is complete. You've made it through. You filled out everything that you need for the transition plan. So there's just a couple other little areas that you need to make sure you shore up. So make sure that you've linked the goals from your annual goals, right? Make sure they're linked on that first page of the transition plan, like I talked about in the last video. And then when you enter in new 800 codes on the first page of the transition plan, they're going to pop up on your services page in a new grid. So you need to go to the services page. You'll wonder, like, how did these get here? They just automatically generate. So you need to make sure that you go in and you enter in your transition minutes so that you're meeting those services. Okay, and talk to your directors, talk to your program specialists or coordinators of what they would like to see as far as minutes for college awareness, career awareness, vocational assessment planning, all of those kind of things. So what kind of minutes would they like to see, and should you be doing them weekly, monthly, yearly? Kind of decide together of what's going to be the most appropriate for each student, and so you know what to enter in there. So if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to us at the San Luis Obispo County SELPA, and we're happy to work with you in any of the areas. Thanks so much, guys.